Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder before we get into this video that I am offering demo reviews every Sunday. If you want your demo reviewed once a month, please click the join button on my channel page. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing flashing for your teammates. Alright, now flashing for your teammates isn't something that's really taught in too many nade videos. It's just something that you have to get a feel for. Probably because somebody's done it for you before and now you know what to do. But there's a couple common flashes specifically on the map Mirage where you can flash for your teammates. Alright, one of them is for mid player. Alright, so you got your opper going towards window. He's going to ask for a flash from an A site player. This is so when he peeks out, the flash is popped and he can get a nice easy peek. Maybe he doesn't have best spawn, he wants them to be a little bit blind, maybe not. So the flash over that you want to throw is not going to be over here, because that's not going to really blind people top mid as well as it could. Alright, it's going to somewhat get them, but throwing a flash more so to the right is going to be much more beneficial, because it's going to do a pretty good job at blinding them. See how much longer that flash was than the other one? Alright, and that's going to be person with best spawn, maybe second best spawn going towards A, probably the connector player. He's just going to come over here and jump throw it. Alright, it takes no time off of his like route to get to his spot. It's not going to add time to it. It's an easy flash to throw, and it's pretty much the most common one. Another flash that you can throw would be your connector player is flashing in somebody to palace. Maybe it's your A player, he hasn't heard anything, and you're going to want to flash in a palace like that. Right? I actually threw it a bit too hard. I think I ran when I threw it. If I just do a little step towards it, that should get it. Maybe not. What's a little in between? Obviously, this is something that you have to practice. Right? I'm not usually a connector player in the slightest, so as long as you can get somewhat of a lineup, like that flash, although it bounces a couple times, they're forced to turn away from it. They do hear it coming, but again, it does blind them when they're getting there. And even if it doesn't blind them, they're still, like I said, forced to turn away, and you're going to peek with this flash. Alright, pairing with the anti-flash video that I put out, peeking off of it, looking at the wall so it doesn't blind you, you should have a pretty easy kill there. Alright, another flash that you can do is flashing mid for your teammates, whether it's the guy from triple, alright, whether it's the guy window, whether it's the guy cat. So window guy, you're going to want to flash like this, okay? Sorry, I fucked that up. You're going to want to flash like this, doing something more towards this wall so it gets deeper into mid. If you throw a flash like this, it's not going to do that much, alright, because again, it's further away from people. It's barely going to touch them. If you throw it more so like this, okay, that's going to get them a bit more. Let me rethrow that. It's not great, but it does get them more. Same with cat guy. You're not going to want to throw it this way, okay? You're going to want to throw it this way. There's also potential to flash right here. Okay, it does go a bit deeper, so there is a chance that it doesn't get them if they are close mid, alright? And there's also this flash where you can kind of just aim it off of that and it bounces down. Makes it a bit awkward for them to turn away from, as it takes an awkward route. They can hear it, but they don't know where it's coming from, really. Another flash would be flashing apps for a teammate, maybe if they want to peek. That's mostly going to be done like this. It's not a super good flash, okay? They can hear it coming, but once again, the point of it is to make them either turn or make them get blind. And regardless, you're going to have a teammate very close here. So if you flash, they might be turned like that. They can get that kill easy peasy. They're not going to be expecting somebody. You can also throw that flash with a teammate up here. It's not going to get them. Make an easy little pick for them. There's also support flashes for when an execute is happening. So if, let's just say it's an A execute. Alright. Flashing over for teammates is pretty standard. Okay. Not only to slow the enemies down, but to help a teammate out on site. Maybe you have a guy, they didn't smoke CT or something, and the CT guys are going to push. So you can, you know, flash something like that. Flash over sight, just throw in some sort of supportive flash. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just, you know, flashing over sight. You have to call it out for your teammates. Another thing to remember, really make sure you're calling it out. getting team flashed does suck. All right. There's also, you know, the one that you can throw for a ramp push. Maybe it's a pistol round. Just throwing something like that is fine. Just tell your teammates to turn. They should be turned anyway. It's not one of those flashes where it's going to pop behind them and blind the people. And then for the B execute, let's say, you know, there's smokes down, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're rotating over from A. Throwing a flash like this doesn't hurt anybody. It does, it does blind people on B's site. And it's, if you have a teammate in market, it's not like it's going to get them. If you have a teammate coming out, cat, sorry, it's not going to get them. If you have a teammate coming in apps, it's probably not going to get them either. All right, so it's a very nice flash to throw. You're probably not going to throw it for somebody that's going to want to like jump out or something, but it does slow down the tease just a second or two, and gives your teammates somewhat of an advantage. So thank you all for watching. Hope you've learned something, and I will see you next time.